Hello everyone, so today is a new day and I just wanted to share my donuts that I got while I was out yesterday. And also because it is Halloween or Samhain weekend today, I've been inspired by my pumpkins in my kitchen to make pumpkin bread. And by pumpkin bread, I just mean a bread that is shaped like a pumpkin. So I'm going to be doing that today, and then I think afterwards I am going to be going upstairs and taking some of the bread upstairs as an offering and setting up my Samhain altar. So yeah, we're going to bake some bread, we're going to eat some donuts, and then we're going to go and set up my Samhain altar with all of my ancestor photos. So I thought I would share that with you today. Hello everyone, I have just been for a walk to town and the market was open because it's a Saturday, and I bought myself some paper and bits, so I thought when I got home I would just quickly unbag all this and show it to you because I thought it was really nice. So I got this big pack of paper and it was £2.75. And then I also got this really cute Tom and Jerry pack. So this is obviously for card making, and this was only £1. So I couldn't really pass it up. I thought it was really cute. I can maybe make a birthday card for my nephew or something next year with it. But this was the main thing that I wanted to show because there's just so much in here. And yeah, I saw in here that there were a couple of like witchy bits and things, so I thought I would open it up. So this is actually a calendar making kit, like it's a make your own calendar. It's got all of the 12 months in it, so I will probably definitely use this to make myself a calendar for next year, and I can make my own and it'll be really cool to do. So yeah, I'm going to keep those for sure. And then this is all of the pretty paper that I got, so I'll just rearrange my camera to make it a little better and then I'll show you all the bits. Okay, so we've got all of these small bits that say, you know, happy birthday and things like that. And then there are also these really cool like Victoriana ephemera type pieces which I thought were really cute. Some Happy New Year pieces, some month pieces, and Christmas bits. The reason that I liked this is because it all kind of had like, I could make it work for like a witchy theme or in my Book of Shadows and that kind of thing. And then there's these stock card pieces which I really liked. But yeah, this was the reason I chose this, because it's got loads of these small cards in them that I thought would do really well for like journal cards in a junk journal or that kind of thing. I've been really getting into junk journaling recently, so I thought these would be really cute. And then there were also the more autumny bits which I thought were really nice, just pieces of card. And then I actually saw this when I was picking the pack up. I thought this was absolutely adorable. Some more bits and pieces, some more cute Victoriana stuff. And yeah, I actually saw that there were loads of really cute like witchy bits in here for Halloween. So yeah, lots of like spooky October witch bits, which I really thought were cute. There's a little witch in all of us. And then we've got some summer stuff. This reminds me of the cartoons you used to get in like newspapers when I was younger. Some other summery bits. some American bits apparently. Some more card and paper, and then cute things for spring and Valentine's, and for Mother's Day and Father's Day, with love and best wishes. So yeah, I thought I could use all these to make cards or to add to Book of Shadows and my journal, things like that. Yeah, I just thought I would show you all what I got because I thought they were really cute. And that's it. So yeah, I just thought I would share. Okay, so I am ready to make my bread. I've made this bread before on camera, so if you want to actually see me make the actual original, like the initial dough, I'll leave a card up here and you can go and watch that video. But just for time's sake, what I'm going to do is just show the ingredients and then I'll skip to the bit where I form the bread into the pumpkin. But the ingredients that I'll be using are 500 grams of strong white bread flour. I'll be using 7 grams of dried active yeast, a teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 tablespoon of sugar, and 300 ml of warm water. You only want this to be warm to the touch, just to activate the yeast basically. But those are all the ingredients that I'll be using. I'll be making the bread in here, and I will come back to filming when it's done its initial proof and I form it into the pumpkin shape. So I will be back very soon. Okay, while my bread is proving for the first time, I am going to make myself some potato and leek soup because I've got potatoes that need eating. So all I'm using for this is potatoes. Obviously, I tend to use 2 fist-sized potatoes per person. So, you know, a potato that's about that big that fits in your fist. That kind of size. 2 of those per person normally does the job. Then I will also be using 500 ml of vegetable stock. This is homemade veg stock that I've made using this, which is just ground up dried vegetables, but obviously you could use 500 ml of whatever stock you have at home. Then I will also be using dried leeks. So these are leeks that I have dried in my dehydrator. Once they are put into water, they will absorb all the water and be completely reconstituted and you won't know the difference. So I'm going to be using those. And I will also be adding some dried onions. Again, these are exactly the same as regular onions. So for the leeks and the onions, you can use fresh if that's what you've got, and if not, you can use dried. But yeah, that's about it. I'll obviously also add a few other herbs like maybe some parsley and some garlic and things like that, but this is the basics of the soup: just potatoes, stock, onions and leek. That's all you realistically need to make a leek and potato soup. If you want to make it fancy, you can add other herbs and spices if you want to, as per your taste. But yeah, I'm gonna make my soup. Okay, my bread has had its first proof. Now what I need to do is knock all of the air out of it like you would normally do and give it a second knead, and then I will need to use some string to make it look like it could turn into a pumpkin one day, and then it will need a second prove, and hopefully then it will look good. I've never done this before, so if it looks awful, then we can all have a laugh together. Now, to make this look like a pumpkin, I have got myself some just white string, and all I'm going to do is lay it out into a kind of crisscross shape, like that, and keep crisscrossing, and then place the bread on top. And then when the bread's on top, we basically just tie all the strings together, and it should, to all intents and purposes, make it look like a pumpkin. But you never know, do you? So we make this as round as we possibly can by tucking everything into the underneath, basically to make it as round and smooth as possible. Then we place that on top of there, and we tie our strings. You obviously don't want these to be too tight, or it won't look like a pumpkin, it will just look deformed. So give it a good finger's space under there so that when it proves again, it's not silly. So I'm going to go around and do this with all of the strings, and then we'll prove it again, and hopefully when it bakes it will look really good. We will see. That is the bread all tied up. Now we leave that just for about 15 to 20 minutes to prove again, and then we bake for the usual time for a loaf. This will be baked at 180 degrees for about 25 to 30 minutes, basically until it's golden brown on top, and that's when it will be done basically, and we'll see. This is a true experiment here, so if it looks terrible, well, I'm still going to eat it, but it just might not be as aesthetically pleasing as I'd like, so we'll see. And there's my bread. The strings broke a little bit, but other than that, it's perfectly formed pumpkin bread. Okay, so I have finished baking my bread and I have come to my altar, and I thought I would show you my ancestors. So this is basically the Ancestor Altar that I set up every year. And what I do is I just take the old photographs that we've got of all my past ancestors, including animals and family pets that have passed, and I put them on my altar. So this is my great grandma Mona, that's her father back there. Then you've got her husband, my grandfather, my grandma, my other grandma on the other side of the family, my grandma's brother. This is India, the dog that we had when we were little and passed. And then this is my grandfather's father. So these are basically the photos that I've got. And then I also light candles for any ancestors who I haven't got photographs of, just to invite them in if they would like to basically join the party. So I've got my candles lit here for other ancestors, and then I've got an individual candle lit for each photograph. Basically, the candle light is supposed to beckon the particular ancestor in. These are the ancestors and energies that I would like to basically join me during the time when the veil's thinnest, to bring, you know, guidance and blessings and things to me and my family and my household. And this year, because we lost Buddy, we have an extra photo to add. This is my little bee, and this year he gets his own photo added to the altar and his own candle, and he will go right at the front here because he's the most recent loss. So yeah, we're going to add him to the altar now, and it will be finished. It will just need a few offerings of food or drink or dog treats added to it, and then it will be all done. And what I will do is just light a new candle every evening for each one of the photos, and light these candles for an hour or so every evening, basically just to honour my ancestors, honour their lives, honour their memories, etc. So yeah, we're gonna add Buddy to it now.